Wendy said, "Well, she be going to church and stuff like that, and she's in the community." I said, "Look, she know we was coming to Memphis. I don't want to hear it. We went to church too. I played in church on Sunday.
But y'all went all the way out there to Mississippi. Then Wendy
Yeah,
go text me awesome. I'm in Olive Branch, Mississippi.
yeah, we was
What
out of
about
bed.
you, nigga?
But guess what? We went to New Philadelphia Baptist Church in Memphis, in Germantown, and so
Uh,
that was in the hood. Ain't no listen. I'm from Detroit, so and Wendy from Detroit.
mm-hmm.
We would have met you anywhere along the way because guess what? We used to drive in Detroit. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? See, people down here I noticed don't like to drive a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You
Oh,
know,
we drive. I drive all the time, so it don't matter to me.
all right. So I mean that means because like Mississippi is only an hour and a half away, straight across 22 to 45.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
trying. That's what I'm trying
But
to
you
tell you.
you gonna meet me at Olive Branch? I said I thought they were supposed to be in Memphis
We were in Memphis for a minute, a hot
for
minute.
a minute.
we,
For a minute,
we
a
got
hot
in
minute.
we got into Memphis and then we went the wrong way and we had to turn around and go back because the GPS was dumb. But that's cool. I used to stay in Memphis. I used to stay out there.
Okay.
My cousin got me ran out of town in Memphis.
Oh, okay. That's what's
That
up.
that's a whole nother story too. That's who we went on while we were there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That dude, yeah, he's so. Hey, that's my cousin Keith Harrison. Big shout out to Keith Harrison. Cuz Kappa, he's the Kappa guy, and he
Mm-hmm.
told me to tell you. He said he don't know you. He said he don't know you like he thinks he knows you. But
Well, I
but
don't know. I don't know him like he think I know him.
so here's what he said. He said to me, "I'm keeping it real because the Motorissippi Rockstar keeps it real. I'm gonna tell you like it is, Twan." He said, "Hey, well, I don't know what her agenda is." He said, "I don't."
Mm-hmm.
He said, "I would like to know at least what her agenda is." Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and I told him that you were
Like,
representing District 7.
right.
And
Like I met him a while back though. When like
yeah,
when he was talking, I met him a while back.
yeah,
So I ain't
yeah.
really get a chance to talk to him. Talk to him. It was a while back when I met him.
Mhm. But he's cool people. He's
Mm-hmm.
definitely good people. He's a little brash, but we a little brash sometimes. We're not trying to be
Of course we
funny.
are.
And he
Of
said,
course we
well,
are.
he said, I'd like to get with her and maybe we go out and have a lunch or something. And so
Yeah.
the door is open. People find it hard to tell me no because I'm a pain in the ass. I'm just telling you like it is. I want to know if the people that's making the decision are they in the room. I just talked to
Right.
Wendy, because I ain't got time to make the presentation twice.
Right. Exactly.
I
We ain't
make
gonna
the
do that.
I make the presentation one time,
That's it. One time. That one time and one time only.
and then I tell you how much it costs,
Mm-hmm.
and then either you can or you can't.
That's it.
But
That's it. That's all.
I'm a
That's it.
sales.
That's all.
I'm gonna start teaching a class on Sonic Soul right here, Courageous Detroit Radio. It's called Sales 101.
Sales 101. That's it.
101. I guarantee you, if I can't teach you how to sell, I don't care what it is. You can be a cupcake. I'm gonna have little demon kids out there just selling all kinds of M&Ms, and they'll be like, "You must have been trained by the rock star." Sales 101.
Lord have mercy.
That's crazy. So Twan, I don't want
Yeah.
to forget about the Sales 101. We're gonna stay tuned because you might have to be a sponsor. I,
Sales 101.
I might need your endorsement one day. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because you gotta have
Okay.
somebody big on your endorsement team. You know what I'm saying? Tawana Murphy, she endorsing? Yeah. 100%. Let's go.
Put Murphy on there.
Oh,
She
man.
endorsed it.
Oh man. So listen. So tell me about what you've been up to. What you been up to? Let's talk about the
What?
city council. I want to know everything. I want to know it all.
Oh, well, let's talk about school board because I think you said he wanted to know a little bit about what my school board race and why I'm running for school board.
Right.
My first official race was last year, and I had ran for city council. And when I got in the race, I said I'm gonna run, because I had remember before my mom passed, I promised her that I would run,
Right.
but I wasn't gonna run as long as she was alive. I wasn't gonna do it.
Right.
But she passed, and so I went on and ran. Came in late in the race. I didn't even know that these people were fundraising a year prior to me even getting in the race. They had been already fundraising and asking people to support. So I was like, so by the time I got in, everybody's like, well, so and so asked me, so and so asked me. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I ran a race without being on anybody's ballot. I did straight grassroots.
Right.
and I did very well for myself grassroots. I came in neck and neck I was one of the top three. So I
You
only
like,
lost the race by 4% of the votes.
yeah, yeah. You like
Mhm.
Jay-Z. You like Jay-Z. When Jay-Z made his first album, he sold out the trunk. He went platinum out the trunk. Who
Mhm.
does that? You know what I'm
Who does
saying?
that?
And,
Right.
and, and that's
Right.
the equivalent. That's the equivalent to what you did. Basically, it's
Mhm.
the
Mhm.
same thing. It's like, hey, I don't need an endorsement from a party. I'm coming in
Mm-mm.
grassroots, independent. Either you
Yep.
with me or you're not. I'm a Memphian, and so I know what's happening in this city. I know what,
Mhm.
and because of what you do, you up front, you see everything that's happening
Yep.
from a different set of eyes. You see what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And
Mhm.
just to bring the people up to speed. Hey, listen, it's Sonic Soul, Courageous Detroit Radio. We're talking to Tawana Murphy. And first of all, we didn't even introduce Tawana Murphy. People think Sonic Soul is about blues soul, southern soul, and everything in between. And
Mhm.
Tawana Murphy we're talking politics because she's a politician. Let's just be clear and real about it. She is a
Yeah.
community activist, but she is also a dynamic southern soul R&B artist. Am I
Yes.
correct?
You're
And
correct.
so we're gonna change that. We're gonna change that genre. We talked about that, but we gonna let that cat out the bag yet, because
Yeah, we
everybody
can't let
gonna
out
try.
the bag yet.
Yeah, because
We gotta keep it
they're
down
gonna
for now.
they're gonna try to beat us to the punch. I promise you. I
Yep. You
guarantee.
know.
But
That's why
guess
you
what?
can't say nothing. Because you get
But
excited. You get
yeah,
excited, Rockstar, then you've been done told it. You can't tell it.
I ain't gonna tell. I ain't gonna.
You
Hey,
can't tell it.
let me
You
tell you
can't
something.
tell it.
Let me tell you about me. I'm like the FBI. I am so undercover. I promise you, I scare myself sometimes. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
talker. Now I talk, but I'm not gonna spill the beans. I
Yeah.
guarantee you that. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I come from the streets,
You come
and,
from the
and
street.
I come from the streets, and you don't spill the beans in the streets. You know what I'm saying?
Right. In the
Uh,
streets, you don't spill the beans. You do not.
Las
You keep
Vegas
to
got
yourself.
they saying from us. What goes on in Vegas stays in Vegas, nigga. He must have been in Chicago and Detroit,
That's it.
because
Chicago, Detroit.
that's what the streets say. And
That's
down
right.
here, it says the same thing. I don't make no mistake about it. And
Mm-mm.
Memphis is about that life city. You know what I'm
And
saying?
no, Memphis is the snitches end up in ditches. That's Memphis.
Yeah.
Snitches end
And
up in ditches.
and,
It's
and
Memphis.
so and we're gonna double back to music. We know music is about sonic soul, is about music, is about arts and entertainment and the
Mm-hmm.
artists. But I always get excited when I'm dealing with artists that really care about where they are from, and they
Mm-hmm.
care about what's going on in the community. Because let me tell you
Mm-hmm.
something, and I'm sure you agree with me or you can disagree. You can't have a good time when your city is out of control.
You cannot. You
Where
cannot.
you gonna go? Everywhere you go, it's like, man, I ain't going down there because this shit. It take the police 35 minutes to even answer the phone.
You answer the phone, baby. You call 911, please hold.
Yeah, exactly. So those are the things that excite people when they hear about people like you that come in and say, I'm visible. People know who I
Mm-hmm.
am. And it's not like when we first talked, I didn't know you, but I knew you had a great spirit. And
Mm-hmm.
you was talking like me. I said, I got you in my phone as the evil twin, because you and I kind of are on the same level, because it's
Right.
like you're gonna bite your tongue. You don't need
No,
permission to tell the truth
no, I don't.
from anybody. And,
I don't
and
need permission
sometimes
at all.
people can't relate to the truth because we live in a world of people that want you to lie to them.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't
You know
putting.
what? They want you to lie to them. They want you to be conniving. They want you to be just like them.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so they keep everything hidden, but they want to
right,
expose somebody else's foolishness when theirs is
right,
worse than
right,
mine.
right,
And
yeah,
so when I start pointing fingers out and say, wait a minute, but I found out you was doing A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And they
yeah,
go,
yeah,
oh, how you know? Oh, I'm
right,
not gonna bust you out. Yeah, I'm not.
right,
I'm not gonna do that. Because
right,
there's a lot of things in this city that I know that I keep to myself.
yeah.
Like I told them, they'll point fingers at me in a minute. And I always tell them, don't point fingers because if you don't want me to
Right.
tell yours.
And
So
Sonic Soul don't want to know about the dirt, because the less I know, the less
mhm,
I ain't
exactly.
got. Yeah, don't put me.
You
I
know what?
don't
The
go put
funny
myself.
thing, but you know what, Sonny Soul, the funny thing is, it drops in my lap. I don't even ask for it. It'll drop in my lap, and
Right,
somebody will call me and say, "Girl, let me tell you."
right.
And then I'll say, "For real?" And they go, "Yeah." And the same person that pointed fingers at me is doing things worse than
So
me, and it's like, "Oh, for real?"
so what you already knew is really coming to light as
It's coming to light. Yeah, what I already
confirmation.
knew.
Yeah,
hmm
yeah.
but I already
And
knew. So I just don't say anything, I try to stay quiet,
right,
or somebody would say, and I heard this the other day, and it was like, Tawana Murphy messy. No,
right,
I'm not messy, because if I was messy, I would have told your business.
right, right.
But I
Yeah,
didn't tell your business. So that don't
exactly.
make me messy.
Right.
Now, if I want to
And
be messy, I got a whole lot of dirt on a whole lot of folk,
right,
but
right.
that's not who I am, and that's not what God made me to be.
Exactly.
God
Exactly.
put me here to help people, to help the people that's doing, there's people that's doing wrong to people in this city.
Hmm.
God put me in position to help those that can't help
Yeah.
themselves.
Right.
So it's not about this person dirt, who they sleeping with. I don't care about that. I care about if the people being hurt. I care
Yeah.
about if our kids could read. I care
Right.
about that. I care about the education of our
Right.
children. So that what they doing right there, that's none and void to me.
Right.
Because we got a bigger issue. We got crime and violence in our cities. We got these young boys stealing cars. We
Right.
got an 8-year-old stole a car a few months ago. An
Right.
8-year-old
Right.
stole a car a few months ago. We got these snatch and grabs. I'm seeing mothers scream in the street when they see their baby
Right.
land in a
Yeah.
in the street
Yeah.
with 4 or 5 gunshot wounds
Right.
to their head. So
Yeah.
I got a bigger issue here. I'm not worried about what they saying about me, because I got a bigger problem, and the bigger problem is here. And this is why I'm running for school board, because my main focus is educating these kids,
Okay.
and
Okay.
and my slogan is education equals success.
Yeah.
If these kids are educated, and if they are taught, then what we're dealing with right now, we can minimize that, but we got
Sure.
to catch them
Sure.
between the kindergarten through 5th grade. And if we
Yeah.
catch them there, then they got a better chance at a
Right.
future. But if we just let these kids just do what they want to do and slide when they want to
Right.
slide, then
Right.
we end up in the predicament that we're in now.
Sure. Sure.
And so earlier today, I was talking on Facebook, and I was talking about my son.
Yeah.
I have a 9-year-old, and
Yeah.
what he gets in trouble at school because he throws tantrums. He
Yeah.
throws stuff, he fights, he
Right.
kicks. And we were trying to figure out what was really going on with my
Yeah.
son. And so punishing him didn't help.
No, it's
Taking his
not.
electronics didn't help.
Right.
Spanking him, that didn't help.
Right.
I had to really just figure out what was going on. And
Yeah.
somebody sent me a video of how kids of his nature behave when they're so articulate
Yeah.
or so smart. My
Right.
son is 9 years old, but he's in he's on a 6th grade curriculum,
Right.
but his IQ is 145. And
Yeah.
so for a 9-year-old, that his
Bored.
IQ alone is higher than he's almost an Einstein.
Bored.
And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
so he throws tantrums, and
And you got to be careful with that,
yeah.
because I mean, I was the smart kid when I was growing up, also like that, and
Hmm.
I flunked 7th grade because of it. But I actually graduated 2 years before I was supposed to, even after I
Hmm.
flunked. But the
Hmm.
point was, you get bored and you think you can make it
Hmm.
up. Yeah, this is nothing. But then you get so far behind that you just can't make it up, and so you have to look at something that's going to be on his level to help him release that energy and accelerate his mind. He has
Right.
a few ingredients in him that the average kid probably, like you said, doesn't
Don't
have.
have.
So you got to
Hmm.
keep him active. You got to keep his mind is always. If his
Hmm.
mind is not working on something, he's like bored. Shit.
Right. He's bored. He's throwing tantrums. He fighting. He cussing.
Let's
Right.
punch
And
this
so
dude in the face. Yeah, yeah.
right. So I was trying to figure that out, and we
Yeah,
finally got him in a place where these young men are helping me with them because they see where he is. And so one of the men, Mr. Hickman, he said he's a genius. And I said,
yeah,
yeah. I said, but we got to figure out how to channel
yeah,
that behavior,
Hey, and
you
listen,
know.
I ain't trying to be funny. I ain't trying to be funny, but I'm telling you what's real. Be careful with who you have advised with him.
Hmm.
Because man, people are trying to take advantage of that because you're a beautiful woman. They feel like, hey, ain't no dude around. Man, listen. And then that you back at square one. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
just pray about who your counselors are. You know what I'm saying? As
Right.
far as
Right. 'Cause my kids, I don't bring nobody around my kids.
yeah.
My kid, I'm bringing nobody around kids. The people that's working with my son now is at the school, and we're trying to figure out, if he's accelerated in his 6th grade program curriculum, then we need to take him higher,
Right.
because that's how fast his brain works.
Right.
And so that is why I'm running for school board, to be number one, an advocate for
Yeah,
kids like my son,
right.
who is, at genius levels.
Right.
For kids that cannot fight for themselves, and parents that need that
Right.
support, and somebody to step in when they don't understand,
Right.
and to teach these kids to read and write. I've had a
Right.
reading program now for 6 years. My program is called Project Let's Read. And
Okay.
I teach kids basic reading, basic writing, math, and cursive writing.
So Project
So
Let's
I teach
Read.
them.
How
Yeah,
do people reach out? Like, is that like you said, it's a community based project you're working on? How do they get involved with that? Like, is it through the schools or what? Or do they have to reach out to
it's,
you?
yeah, it's a summer reading program, and I put it out there every year.
Okay,
Like now, I have about 20 kids that signed up. I'm only taking 50. I
okay,
have 20 kids that signed up, and it's a free program. I ask for donations for their T-shirts.
okay,
I ask for donations to help me feed them.
right,
Um, and then Mr. Stevie Moore from Fun, he donates the pens, pencils, everything
okay,
I need to make
right,
sure that they have the tools that they need. The one thing that I don't do is I don't allow them to bring cell phones into
right,
my teaching area.
right,
I don't allow them to bring cell phones. Period. They leave them in
right,
the car with their parents,
right.
and then they get them when they pick
Then
them
come
up.
back. Yeah,
But,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, because as long as you
Because
want to
it's a
have eyes
distraction.
with
It's
me,
a distraction, right?
it's a distraction, right? The only person that got a phone is me, so I
Right,
don't use it with nobody else. It's the only
right,
person in here that has a phone is me because kids cannot learn when they have phones. They
right.
cannot learn.
That's right.
They can't
Well,
at all.
and then part two of that question is like with regards to help. Do you have any other? Because Memphis is a big place. Okay,
Hmm.
are you planning on expanding? And do you have any help like with growth or anything like that? Because hey
Yeah,
man,
I am
that's a
going to
great listen.
expand, but
Listen, you'll understand. I just told you I was like the smart kid too in school, right? I'm
yeah,
already
right.
I'm
I'm
already
going to
I'm
expand
I'm
though.
already trying. I'm already trying. What I'm trying to tell you is, I'm already trying to bring that to where I am right here in West Point, Mississippi,
Yeah,
because
I want to do it.
I'm right next door, and they need something to do. One of my goals down here was to start a some type of like, I don't want to say babysitting service, like a summer camp. You know, when kids
Hmm.
are about to get out of school, if the parents want to go out and do whatever they got to do on the weekends, say Friday, Saturday, drop your kids off at 10 o'clock in the morning and go do what you got to do. On Friday, it can be after 6 or 7 if you want to party for a little while. Pick them up by 10. Or you better send Big Mama them down there. But Saturday all day. And I want
Hmm.
them to be able to come in there, have movies, games. But then reading is something else that we have to understand. These kids need help with certain things. And if
Right,
nobody's helping, everybody's
right.
helping themselves.
You know what? I'll tell you what they do. Everybody's helping when it's convenient for them,
Right,
or when they get in spotlight. I'm live. When they get in spotlight, that it's convenient for them. And when it's convenient for them, then everybody wants to jump in and be
right.
so important. You
Yeah.
know, oh, we got this reading program for the kids this summer.
Exactly.
Oh, we got this for
Right,
the summer. When all along, I've been doing this for 6 years.
right,
But
right,
when people see, oh, it's some money in it. Oh, I'm
right.
gonna get some money. We're gonna do it this way. I don't. Mine is not. I'm not a 501c3. Mine
Right,
is for profit. I asked for them to donate to me
right,
because I feel that number one, I shouldn't have to charge any parent to
right,
bring them kids in there so they can
right,
learn. Most of these summer camps that got reading camps, the kids got to pay $20.
right,
Parents got to pay $15.
right,
With my reading program, there is no charge. I'm gonna go beg for it
yeah,
because I think that we need to take the stress off the parents with having
right,
to come up with money to pay for a reading camp. Our kids in this city, they cannot read by the second grade. And a lot of
right,
our kids have been held back
right,
in the third grade because we have
right,
this thing called third grade retention law that we're trying to get
right,
rid of. But
right,
if they don't pass that TCAP test, then they have to be held back no matter how smart they are.
right,
They still be held back. And so that's one of the things that we're trying to do away with in the city because we feel that if they're going to take the TCAP test, that shouldn't be a reason for them to fail them. It should be only to see where they are and then maximize from there to
yeah,
see what we
yeah,
need to do to improve them, to make
absolutely,
them better, at whatever
right,
subject that they need to be better
right,
at.
right,
So that's where I'm pushing for.
right,
But with me running for school board, there's a whole lot of things that I want to do. Number one is give the kids a better curriculum.
right.
They need a better
So,
curriculum for our
so,
high school
so,
kids. Mhm.
no, I'm just listening to what you're saying, and I agree with exactly what you're saying because we are the United States of America is so far behind the rest of the world
Mhm.
educationally. Our black kids, though, however, and I'm not trying to single out because you got some very brilliant white kids as well. But
Mhm.
man, you got these kids overseas, like the Asian kids. Those cats are robots.
Yeah, and that's how my son is.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
Mhm.
hey, have you seen New Math?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like they showed me a new map. It's like a crossword puzzle. It's like a game of Roku or something. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah,
Like
my son can master that in seconds.
I'm like, man, this is crazy. It's like, and you want me to come
Right.
up with what happened to 1 + 1 carry to 7 or something. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
right. My son does trig, so he's
Yeah,
9, but he
yeah,
does trig. So,
right,
but that's the thing here, and I want to be able to add trades back into high schools because they took the trades out of high
right,
schools here
right,
in our
right,
cities, and I want to be able to bring trades back to high
right,
schools. And not only that, I want to be able to go down to Capitol Hill and fight for the rights for us to have to bring Black history back
right,
into the classrooms.
right,
Because they took it out. They
right,
took that out, so now we don't get a chance to
right,
learn our history, or they want to reconstruct our
right.
history to make it sound the way they want it to sound.
Exactly,
And
exactly.
they need to know what really happened to our
Right,
ancestors,
yeah.
how we got to where we are now. And
Right.
so that's another thing that I want to fight for, if
Or or
elected
or be able
for the seat.
or be able to help people understand how to find the information for
To
themselves.
find information for themselves and bring back cursive writing because
Yeah.
I do teach cursive writing in my
Oh
summer
my
reading
God.
camps.
I think I ain't heard nobody say cursive since my son been born.
Hmm.
My son is 26 years old.
Yeah,
He can't even
my
sign his name.
right. My fourth and fifth graders, I start cursive writing at third, actually. My third, fourth, and fifth graders learn cursive, intro into cursive writing in my
Right,
summer reading camps.
right,
And
right,
so those are the things that I try to implement,
right.
in my reading camp because they don't have a signature. They don't even know what cursive writing
No.
looks like.
Hey,
They
hey,
can't
hey,
even
look,
write a full paragraph.
look, Tawana. When I was in school, I used to date girls based on how pretty their handwriting was. I was like, let me see how you write, girl. You know what I'm saying? Because shit, if you was a good cursive writer, oh, I was for you.
Right.
You wasn't necessarily for me, but guess what? Hey, we worked that out as we went along. But they don't do that. They don't cursive
No.
write. If you tell somebody to do a cursive alphabet or alphabetical chart, they can't do it.
Right. They
They
can't.
cannot.
They can't.
I
They
said,
can't. Not
wow,
now, Ethan.
that is
They
amazing
can't.
to me. Yeah, that's amazing.
Right, they can't, and those are the things that that separates me from the people that's running in my race because
Yeah,
this I don't do this for show. I do this
yeah,
because it needs to be done,
right.
and nobody's really doing the work. I've been doing the work now for 6 years,
One,
and nobody wanted to help, and so I had a few students that was dyslexic in my summer camps, and
right,
and some of the people were saying, some of the parents were saying, she can't do it, or he
right,
can't do it, he can't do it. And I said, that's a lie. Yes, they can.
right,
Can and I always the two things that I teach my kids when they come into my summer camp is
right,
failure is not an option,
right,
and can't is not a vocabulary word.
right. That's right.
So
That's
those
right.
are two things they know. Can't is not
That's
a
right.
vocabulary word, and failure is not an option.
That's right.
And
Absolutely.
because they need to know it, and so a few of my kids that was diagnosed with dyslexia, they
Yeah.
now write straight because
Right.
I stay on them all the time,
Right.
continuously,
Right.
throughout, and I let them know that you can't is not an option here.
Let
You
me
can
ask
I
you.
know can't is unacceptable to me.
Let me ask you another question. Just because we've
Mhm,
been talking, and some other stuff came to my mind as as you were talking about how they've taken the trades out of the schools. Like we don't have
mhm,
vocation. You're right, and it just made me think about. I graduated from Piney Woods down in Mississippi, what
mhm,
49 miles south of Jackson. And that school was a boarding school, was a black boarding school founded by Lawrence Jones. And he was
mhm,
a professor. He graduated from Iowa State University, went over in that region, and they donated 2,000 acres of land for him, to him.
mhm,
And what he decided he wanted to do was the same thing that you are doing now is what he did then. Is
mhm,
he wanted to educate our people on how to understand the numbers, how to read, how to write. You can't pick cotton if you don't know how to count your bales. You understand what I'm saying?
mhm,
You don't know if you got
mhm.
one bale or 10
Right.
bales. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mhm,
and Piney Woods exists to this day. Piney Woods Country Life School in Piney Woods, Mississippi. Look it up. And I had said once upon a time, I said, you know what? All the schools in the United States could solve their problems if you gave the kids something to do during the day,
mhm,
taught them a
mhm,
skill, and
mhm,
get the community involved. Because right now, think about this: everybody is suffering and struggling for employees.
mhm,
Okay,
mhm,
if you take a kid, he's going to school for 6 hours every day. That's the curriculum. Okay, 6
Mm-hmm.
hours is mandatory. And then in that 6 hours, you gotta have something to eat. You gotta have to exercise because your kids are
Mm-hmm.
fat. They have monosodium glutamate and sugar. you know, but where are the businesses at that can say, well, in the afternoon or between 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock, I can bring over here and let them learn a trade with me, help me out, give me a hand, and we give them credit for that somehow. Give them
Mm-hmm.
credit for that as a training skill or something they can continue to get continuing educational credits for once they become familiar with it. We don't do that. We don't open our doors up to that. And maybe
Right.
it's too
But
political. Maybe it's
no,
not
well, no, it's not too political. It's just that it needs to be done,
right.
and those credits can be applied to their college
Well,
credits once
Tawana,
they graduate from high
Tawana.
school and have summer jobs.
So Tawana, so you and I need to go on a field trip to Piney Woods School down in Piney Woods, Mississippi, which is just up from Hattiesburg. Maybe before the end of the year in May, they get out of school next month, or right in August when they go back.
Well, I can't right now because I'm in an election.
Okay, so when the
I'm,
election? Well, listen,
election is early voting starts in July,
I
July
tell you,
12th,
I tell you what I'm
and
gonna
vote
do.
date. But see,
Okay,
I'm in my reading program doing June and July too as
okay,
well.
listen, no worries, because guess what? I'm as passionate about what you're doing as you are, because I know what the challenges are in the cities, and it ain't got to be whether it's in Detroit, New York, Chicago, Wisconsin, Memphis. Memphis is a big place. And
Hmm.
because it's Tennessee, it's tennis country. Shit, go down there with that. Go, I dare you to go down in the Orange Mountain, call one of them dudes country. you know what I'm saying?
Oh, you don't
And
play in Orange Mound?
yeah,
I go
yeah,
to
yeah,
Orange Mound all the time. You don't
yeah,
play in
yeah.
Orange Mound?
And so I cats don't respect places based on where they think they from.
But you don't play nowhere in Memphis. With I don't
Right?
care.
Man,
You can go to Playville and say it, and it's gonna be a problem.
that's right.
So
That's right.
they don't play. It's just it's not Orange Mountain is just gonna go and get rid of you.
Right. But but like I can make some calls and maybe see who I can reach out to and see what their interest would be as far as them being a roadmap to a design that needs to be in every city in America, in my opinion.
Yeah,
All these companies, all these companies out here, if you work something in with these kids and make sure, and then transportation, if you can get them to the place and back home safely, because you got a lot of stuff that's going to be involved with that. You know, you got your kids that hell have the kids raising their damn self anyway. They
Mhm.
maybe older brother raising their ass because mama ain't home because she got to work and daddy ain't never been home. You know what I'm saying? Think
Yeah,
about it.
but see, but that's some of the things that we that I've discussed with several people with concerning single parents.
Mhm.
You know, and some of our single parents here, you know, they work in 2, 3 jobs just to keep their head above water,
Right.
and that has to change here in the city as well. I am one of the people that want to make sure that we get more than, because right now our minimum wage is just $7 still, and I want that. Yeah.
Hold on, wait,
Yep.
Tawana, are you kidding me? No,
Yep,
you're
they
not.
still fighting for
Listen,
the $15 mark right here, right now. But that's the South. That's what we're dealing with here. And I think that some parents need to be making $20 or more.
no,
One
no,
job
no,
should be
no,
enough
no, no,
to
no,
sustain
no,
a
no, no,
household.
no. I disagree. You know what we need to be teaching their asses? How to break
Mm.
free from feeling like they gotta depend on somebody's salary, how to earn their own
Well,
stuff.
that's another thing that we have to work on, teaching them how to be independent and own their own businesses. You
Yeah,
know,
we see
but
everybody's
I'm
afraid
gonna
to
tell
break
you
away
something.
from massa.
But you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. Me being a independent and me being a business owner, it is not that easy because
It's not
in this city, certain people, if they don't like you, they ain't giving you their business. They don't care.
right.
You have to fit into the fold, and
Yeah,
I don't fit into the fold.
it ain't
You
just
know,
you,
I don't fit into the mold
baby. I'm talking
because
about Detroit.
I do my own thing. I make my own decisions, and I don't follow folk. I
Yeah,
follow me. You
right,
know, I'm not a groupie. I don't get in cliques. You
right.
know, I do what I need to do to make things happen. So
Oh,
I don't follow people, because one thing about being in cliques and following people, once you do what you got to do, you owe them.
yeah.
You owe them. And once
Yeah.
you owe them, now you got to kiss their tail in order to get them what you want. If you get a seat or if you're running for a seat and you don't kiss their butt or you kissing their butt, you still owe them.
Right.
You know, and then if you're spending your money, you know, if you got a business, you know, they're going to make some trades here.
That's
So I'm my own person. I do my own thing. I don't let nobody tell me what to do. I own my own business. I don't have to work for anybody if I don't want to. I'm not saying it's easy because I struggle sometimes, but I'd rather struggle than to sell out.
Right. But you know
I'd
what?
rather be in struggle than sell out and sell myself short or sell these kids short. I don't care who did what. When it comes, let me tell you something. I had Negroes asking me, "What's one? I give you this if you give me a portion of what you're doing with them kids." No, I don't care about your money because I know how to go beg for it.
Right.
I don't care about your money when it comes to the education of these kids.
Right.
Because see, here is the thing. If they can keep our kids as sharecroppers, if they can keep them working our railroads, or they can keep them in bondage or in locked up, because these jails have to be at 98% or more in order for them to get the funding. So if they can keep them locked up or keep them working our factories and those, so be it. Keep them as a sharecropper. You know, back in the day, there's only 3 jobs you can get: a teacher, a sharecropper, and a preacher. Those are only 3 jobs that Black people could get back in the early 60s, 70s, 50s, 60s, 70s. And no, I'm taking that back for 70s, like the 30s and 40s, 50s, 60s, all the way up until 70s and 80s. Those are the only 3 jobs they can get: sharecropper, teaching, preaching. Those are only 3 they can get. But now, and they tried to keep us in bondage then by not letting us read textbooks, not letting us know how to count. But then then came a Malcolm X, and it came a Dr. Martin Luther King, and a Marcus Garvey, and people that said, "Hey, we got to fight for this. If this is what we want, we got to fight for our rights to vote."
Let me do a station identification and let the people know you're looking at. Courageous Detroit Radio, Sonic Soul, the podcast. Tawana Murphy is our guest tonight, y'all. I had to do that because we got, hey, y'all think I talk? Tawana Murphy is some serious business over here. Let me tell you something. That's the evil twin. She is the evil twin, and you gonna understand why. So go ahead, Tawana. Listen, you got that spirit in your soul. You have been ordained to do what you are doing, and you are designed for it. Do you understand? God puts a certain set of ingredients in everybody. And once we realize what they are, some of us know, and we won't act on it. So we bury that talent. And then he'll take that and, of course, give it to somebody else because you didn't appreciate it. But take what you got for the good of the kids, like you said, and the community. Because, see, these kids, people don't understand. These kids are the next generation of maniac or non-maniac. They gonna say, I learned Tawana Murphy taught me when I was a little girl. Tawana, you probably gonna be long gone. They got my pictures up on walls and shit.
Right. You know what? I have I taught college for 10 years here. And those parents are now nurses and they doing well. I'll tell you a short story about one of my students. She was a single mother with 4 kids, and she was one of my 8 students that come to class every day. She had never missed a day of my class. And I think 3 weeks prior to her getting ready to go to her extern site to graduate, she missed 2 of my classes. So I asked one of her best friends that was in my class, I said, "Where is she?" I ain't gonna say her name, but I said, "Where is she?" Well, Miss Murphy, she's sick. I said, "Okay." So the 3rd day came, she didn't show up in my class. So I went back to her friend. I said, "Where is she?" "Well, Miss Murphy, can I talk to you for a second?" I said, "Okay." So she can't talk to me. I said, "Okay, well, I'm gonna go by her house." "Miss Murphy, don't go by her house." I said, "You don't tell me what to do. I'm going by her house."
Yeah, right. Because you a G. But even that's what shit the rock star would have done. I went
by the house. So I went by her house. And I knocked on her door. And when she opened the door, she closed the door in my face. And I said, "Did she do?" I knocked on the door again. And she stood on the back of the door. She said, "Miss Murphy, I'm not answering the door. I'm not answering." I said, "Oh, you can open this door." Miss Murphy, I went out there and set the alarm off on her car. I shook the car.
911 was your mercy, man.
I went and shook the car.
In the house.
She had kids in the house. So I done shook the car till the alarm came on. When the alarm came on, she ran out the door. And so when she ran out the door, she tried to put my foot. I said, you close the door on my foot, and it's gonna be a problem. You better not close the door on my foot. I said, "Why you ain't in my class?" And she said, "Miss Murphy, my light's off. I got 4 kids." I said, "Again, why you not in my class?" "Miss Murphy," I said, "how much is your light bill?" And she told me what it was. I said, "Okay." So about an hour later, I went and paid it. The lights came back on. And I went right back to her house and I said, be in
go.
my class
Let's
tomorrow.
go.
This
Let's
is why
get it.
you don't
Let's
need to
dig.
miss class. Because
Dig.
if you miss my class, this is why you need to be there. Because when you almost done when you can make this $16, $17 an hour where you don't have to have these problems.
Right.
This is why you need to be in my class. I said, I need to see you tomorrow. Right now, today, that girl is a nurse. She bought her first house.
Yeah.
About 3 years ago, she just bought her first house because that's important, and that's instilled in her all the way even to now. I read into her a few weeks ago, and she's like,
She'll
Miss Murphy,
never
thank
forget
you
you.
for everything
Yeah,
you've done
she'll
for me.
never
Not
forget you.
only that, all of my other students do the same thing because they bad, all of them. And so I had one white student that they had in my class, and her name was Sarah. And
Oh,
none of my
Sarah.
students, her name
Sarah.
was Sarah.
Oh,
And none
Sarah.
of my students, any student that I train, you best believe they ain't, when they go to extern site, they ain't gonna be sent back. But this one student, Sarah, she white girl,
Right.
they sent her back from extern. So the other medical assistant teacher, she was excited that one of my students got sent back because
Right.
all of hers kept getting sent back.
Right.
But mine wasn't, because baby, I can train. One thing I can do, I can teach.
That's right.
And so they sent her back. So the dean comes into my classroom and Miss Murphy, we need to keep Sarah for 2 weeks for review. I said, for who? She said, review. I said, no, we don't. I said, where's Sarah? So she brings Sarah to my class. I said, Sarah. She said, what? I said, what'd you do? Miss Murphy, I got scared. I said, what did I teach you? She said, execute. I said, did you execute? She said, I was scared. I said, you get back out there and you execute. So I told my dean, I said, no, we're not gonna keep her back. She said, well, I said, because she know this.
Yeah.
I said, Sarah, you get out there and you execute. Just like I taught you in class, you execute.
Sarah
Yes,
was
ma'am.
timid. She was timid.
Yes, ma'am.
They didn't put in that clinic with them black kids and shit. She didn't know what to do.
But the key thing was she was now on the job site training, which means now she got to stick real people. She got to draw blood. She got to do blood pressures. Because any small mistake can ruin a person's life.
Yeah.
You can kill a person with one small mistake. You can kill a person even if there's an ounce of air in that needle. If you're trying to get some blood, just an ounce, and you can push that air into the vein. So they working on real people now. So it's not about what you're doing in my classroom and Ms. Murphy not there to watch you every 5 minutes now. They in the real world now. Once they go to external in the real world. So I told the dean, I said, I tell you what. She said, what? I said, she's not gonna stay 2 weeks. Send her back. Yeah. She said, well, I said, send her back. Right. She sent her back. They made a position for her, making $19 an hour.
Cool.
Every student that I trained walked across that stage with a job.
That's good.
Everyone.
And that's the name of the game, to train them right the first time. And like I said, they'll never get you because you were patient with them. You gave them, your attention and honest time. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We don't do that. We look at things like you said as either a hobby, something I can do, or I can do it. I make a couple coins because it's not sincere. It's just for the money or it's for recognition, like you said. Well, I'm running for a city council position. I'm running for school board. So let me throw my hat in the ring with the kids over here and make it look like I'm big with the kids.
Right. But it's not, like I tell them, I said, this is what I do for a living. And it's not something I just keep, even when I see my African American students, they come and they have to take these classes because they have to keep the state funding, the state food stamp. So they have to really take these trades in order to get ahead or keep the money that they're giving them until they graduate. And some of them came in, they didn't have a GED. They didn't have any of that when they came in my class, and so before they graduated, 2 months before they graduated, I made sure each one of them that didn't have a GED got a GED. Before they walked across that stage.
Because see, listen, you can go a long way with that. That means it's like a college degree. A college degree doesn't, I tell people all the time, I dropped out of college in my 3rd year. My mother's still mad about that. Okay. But a college degree just doesn't guarantee you anything. A college degree means that you have the ability to learn and you stuck it out for 4 fucking years. Now you're in all this debt. So we're going to fucking slave your ass to death for $40,000. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't got no experience yet. But that's what they do. And instead of going out there, I'm not saying that everybody should drop out of college like me. Don't do what I did. Because it's not been easy, Tawana, because I'm a business owner also. I'm a daredevil. I don't care, okay? But I don't hurt people in the process, and I'm not afraid, okay? So you got to be built for this shit that we doing, you and I. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everybody can't do it, okay?
No.
But the thing is, You got to not teach them how to go and get a job and work your job for 100 years. You retire looking like what the fuck you did. You know what I'm
You
saying?
know what? I went to college and I went to a trade. I took a trade. I mean, I went to a trade school. I didn't go to HBCU.
Right,
I took
right,
a trade and I came out of that college making more than people that had a 4-year degree or that had a bachelor's degree. I got an associate.
right,
I have an
right,
associate's degree and I took a double major, but I got 2 associate degrees. But
right,
those associate degrees, it's not the bachelor's degree, but I make more than somebody that come out of 4-year college with a bachelor's. I make more money than they do.
right,
You know, if I was to go back, like Baptist Memorial here at the hospital, they offered me $40 an hour to come back.
wow, wow. That's great.
And that's making more than anybody that came out
Yeah,
because when I took the trade, I was trained by doctors.
yeah,
Everything I've done was trained by doctors, not nurses. Doctors have trained me. So all of my technical skills, all of my skills, I got it from the doctors, not
right.
the nurses, not the medical assistants. The doctors trained me. And
You
so
know,
I took that same training and I trained my students the same way.
we got a hit movie. You know who you look like? I'm sitting
Mhm.
looking at you. I'm like, damn, you already got favor all over you. And I do too, Tawana. But guess what? I was just thinking
Okay.
about something. And maybe I should call you about it, but I'm just gonna blurt it out. You know who you could play and will
Oh,
be a split image of him, and you got the
oh,
same tone of voice, you got the same attitude, you got the same drive. Etta James.
I love Etta James.
Anybody ever tell you that?
Nope, but I love Etta James.
Go look at just go if you ain't doing nothing over the weekend, just kind of mosey through YouTube and look at Etta James stuff.
Oh yeah, I love Etta James. I'm crazy. I
Yeah,
know who Etta James is. I love
yeah.
Etta James.
Etta James was a
Etta James got a
bad.
song called I think she got a song called what is it? Sugar. Post some sugar. Sugar.
Yeah.
Sugar on the floor.
Etta James, listen, boy, people don't understand what that music all about. But anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Mhm. Right.
I
That's
messed
real
up.
music there.
I done messed up what you were saying and everything. My audience gonna be like, "Gee, you such a bully, man. The girls in the middle of her conversation about whatever the hell you just talking about. You came
Right.
in with the Etta James shit.
The Etta James.
Yeah, yeah. But I just had to get it off my chest, so that's done. It's gone. Okay,
That's fine.
continue.
That's fine. You good?
If
You
we got to
good?
talk about, we still got to talk about what you do in the music industry. And
Okay.
we know that you're about to be the new governor of Tennessee.
Who the governor? Who the governor?
You
That school book.
yeah, listen to me. Listen to me. You met the Motorissippi rock star, boy. You be surprised who I know. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
okay.
And I
Okay.
ain't bragging. I ain't bragging. I'm not. It'd be cool because just like you said earlier, you got a whole lot of people out there that's designed to hate your ass.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
they'll say who this motherfucker think he is coming down Mississippi because I just moved to Mississippi in February.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been coming here all my I know places in Mississippi some of these niggas that's hanging out with me right now don't know. You know what I'm saying? And it's cool, but I'm not raising no hell and making no waves, as they say, because they
Mm-hmm.
already want to put me back on the train or whatever I came on back to Detroit. But I'm careful about what I say because I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to outshine anybody or appear as if I outshine. Sonic Soul has been in existence for quite some time. I was on a
Mm-hmm.
different network, so I wouldn't give a damn what nobody think about this because
Right.
this gonna roll. This gonna roll whether they like
Right.
it because it's not
Right.
about. I've never been the type that would diminish anybody. I want to see people grow. I don't
That's
want
it. That's
you
it. It's
know.
all about growth.
It's
It's
about
all
growth.
about growing.
It's not about me
Mm-hmm.
in my pocket. I want to make a little of a coin or two because I pay for this out of my pocket. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And people think that, oh, you can be wherever you want to be doing it. But man, it takes equipment, it takes time, it takes
It
effort.
does. Effort. It does.
I challenge anybody to do a podcast right now. Go live other than on your phone and make
Mm-hmm.
it look professional. You know what I'm saying? You know, because Tawana, you're from the industry. You're from the industry.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Mm-hmm.
what it is, okay?
Oh yeah, but you know what? A few of them are doing what you do because they didn't figured it out. I can't do too much of it right now because I'm running for office.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
once I come out of the office, then I'm gonna go back to what I was
right,
doing. So I can do a snippet here and
right,
there, but
yeah,
not
yeah.
like I was before.
Mhm,
Until all this, until this thing is over with. But
right.
I think that it is what it is. It is up to us to change the momentum
Yeah,
of all of our cities. Memphis
right,
is not the only city that
right,
is going through this thing. There's a lot of cities, and I want to put a project Let's Read in every city.
right.
All 50, all my 51 states. I want to put a project Let's Read there.
And then let me say this. I'm gonna give a shout out to my people up in Chicago, my girl Robin Jones, Broom Entertainment. We're gonna give them a shout. I got a flyer from them. They've got an event coming up in Chicago. I want to say on April 23rd or
Mhm.
27th. I don't know. We're gonna see in a minute because we've got their flyer and we can have them post a flyer. And then we've got one of the promoters of the show, Fabian Soul is a hot guy. He's an R&B guy. We've got some music from Fabian Soul tonight. I
Mhm.
think we're gonna play. But I want to play some of your music next after we come back from showing this Friday. It's April 27th in Chicago. I want to say at the ETA Creative Arts Foundation right there, 7758 South Chicago Avenue. Ain't that South Chicago Avenue in Chicago, Illinois. Now listen, the flyers right there in your face, and we hope you can come out there. Broom Entertainment is doing it big. LJ Eccles is gonna be there. I talked to LJ
Mhm.
last year in October. I was there in Chicago at the Grand Ballroom for a Broom Entertainment event. Bridget Shield, we can't forget about her. She's right down here also. Bridget Shield's a bad girl. Then we got my main man Fabian Soul. And so y'all come on out, check it out. Check out Broom Entertainment. We're gonna get Robin Jones on the show real soon, hopefully, and have a word from her and see what she's been up to with her brother Dwayne Broom, who's down in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Also, him and Dwayne Broom actually is on the air with one of those stations down there. I feel bad. They're gonna kick my ass because we always together. They gonna say you supposed to know what station he on down there in Hattiesburg. Either way it go, we ain't forget you. We want the people to know that if you're in the area on the 27th of April in Chi-Town, go on up there and check them out. If you didn't get the information, you can restream, watch the show again because listen, I post my show for a whole week.
Mhm.
I pin it, and there it is again. That is April 27th at the ETA Creative Arts Foundation. That's 7758 South Chicago Avenue, Chicago, Illinois. And again, the numbers are down there. And I ain't gonna read the numbers off now. They ain't paying me for all that shit. They ain't paying me at all. That's a courtesy. That's a courtesy. I'm
As a
doing a
courtesy,
courtesy to my friends because these are my friends. And we do stuff for each other like that because that's what we do. You know, it's about growth.
yeah,
And we got to get
yeah,
out of pay for play and all that good shit because God gonna bless you anyway. If you're
yeah.
doing the right thing, you ain't got to worry
You're
about
doing the right thing, right?
it. Hey, people think I'm a softie, I'm a sucker. Tawana, I guarantee you ain't gonna walk up to me and tell me that.
Oh no,
You know what
oh
I'm saying?
no. Now
But
I'm telling you something. I got men afraid of me.
oh shit, I guarantee you they ain't gonna walk up to me and tell me that. They might whisper it to
I
their
ain't
boy
going.
and Rockstar
I ain't
soft.
going.
Yeah, I'll be soft, but guess what? And people think I'm lucky. That's not luck. That's favor. You
Would you
understand?
say soft with a T,
Soft,
capital T,
soft,
soft,
that right.
soft
That's right. You know what I'm saying? And
with a
and
capital T,
and,
soft.
and, and, and listen, I ain't about that gangster shit no more. Hey, listen, but I can take the Pepsi challenge.
What you said?
Hey,
What
I'm just
you
saying, don't let the smooth taste fool your ass. Hey,
said?
that's all
Right.
I gotta say. But
You know what I tell them? I tell them try Jesus, don't try me.
and then I got a maniac son. I got a son who is a complete fucking idiot. Please, no, I don't want no trouble because I won't tell him nothing. I'm afraid to hit my damn self. You know what I'm saying? But but uh, we want to help people. I want to help people. Now, what's next for you on the music side? What's happening musically?
Well, I just did a new single called "Ain't Nobody Crazy." That was written by Big John Cummings here in the city, and singing as far as Southern soul blues, R and
Yeah,
B.
yeah.
That's just that's a hobby for me,
Okay.
and I like doing it. You
Yeah,
know, I just like doing it. I like having fun. I like doing it.
right.
And Big John Cummings, I sung. I'm gonna tell you, it's a short story. I got drunk one night, and we
Uh-oh.
was in a blues club,
Yeah.
and um Big Don Valentine had dared me. He said, "You can't sing." I said, "I can sing a little bit." Don't I said, "Don't be messing with my pippin." So
Yeah.
he came back around. He's like, "You can't sing." I said, "I can sing a little bit."
Yeah.
He's like, "A little bit." I said, "Just a little bit. I can sing. I can't sing like you, but I can sing a
Right.
little bit."
All
And
right.
I
All
was
right.
thinking, I done had that Paul in my system.
Yeah.
And so he came
Uh-oh.
back around.
Oh,
He said, "Come on."
hold on. Big shout out to the Parmesan. She drink like we do in the circle down here in West Point, Mississippi.
It was the bishop. I had the bishop in my system that night.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Bishop Paul, my son, was in my system that night. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. I'm gonna be honest now. I had the bishop in my system, and so he got back to the mic and he did his few songs and he said, "I'm gonna call Tawana Murphy to the mic," and I said, "Oh, he was serious."
Yeah. Yeah.
He was serious. He was serious. And so nobody in there has ever heard me sing.
Yeah.
So Big John Cummings was there. A lot of artists was there. A few more promoters. They were all in there. And so he called me to the mic to sing. And I started singing. Everybody knows about it.
Parmesan called to the mic too. Said, "Girl,
They called me to the mic that day. And so I went on and I sung my little song. And I sat down and then Big John said, "I got a song for you."
Yeah.
But then I was like, so I said, "I ain't singing." I said, "No, Big John, I ain't doing no singing. No, we ain't doing that." I said, "Now I did it because I'm a little tipsy. I'm enjoying myself tonight. I'm a little tipsy." I said, "But I ain't singing no singing." So Big John called me like 3 other times. One, I got a song. I said I ain't singing. So one day he called me and he said, "I need you to come do some background tracks for me." So I said, "Okay." So I come into the studio. I dropped some background tracks. Sing this part for me. All the time they was recording me. Sing this part for me. And I kept singing the part. I was like, wait a minute. Before I knew it, I did a whole song.
He death rolled your ass. He's like, "Come
Yeah,
on,
he death rolled me. Yeah, he did it. He did it.
Oh man, say it ain't so.
He did it.
Hey, I'm a harmonica player. They get me like that all the time. They do me
Right.
like that all the time. I got a movie premiere. I might get a little credit for it, maybe, but shit, them niggas get me. I'm on everybody's shit. Trust me.
Yeah, right, exactly. And so
I'm like, you better let me in that damn blues festival next time I see you free. Shit, I don't care what's going on.
What you said?
And put me on the hospitality list. Shit.
Right. Exactly. So with this song here, Ain't Nobody Crazy, he called me into the studio and he said, "I'm finna lay this song on you."
Yeah.
And so when I heard the song, he gave me the song. He only gave me 3 days. Okay. Big John gave me 3 days to learn the song. So I said 3 days. And then when I went into the studio, he played the key and I was like, "That's too high." Yeah. And he was like, "You gotta learn how to sing out your comfort zone." And I was like, "That's too high." Yeah. He's like, "You can do it." He said, "In this key right here." And so he put it in the key. And I said, "That key too high." He said, "You sing soprano anyway. Sing in this key." Yeah. And so I didn't when I first started singing, I was struggling a little bit, and he's like, "Drink some water." So I drank some water. Yeah. Then I went back to the booth, and he said, "You got it. You can sing it." So I was like, "That's too high." But he was like, "You got it. You can sing it. You can sing it." He said, "I got some more songs that you're gonna sing higher than that."
Oh wow! So you already had a plan for you.
Yeah, yeah. So he's written several more songs that he wants me to record. Yeah, he's an amazing songwriter. Yeah. I don't know if you heard of Big John Cummings. He sings one of my favorite songs called "Too Many Mechanics Working on Your Car."
Is he out there? Can we get some of his information out there? Is he on YouTube or anything?
Yeah, Big John Cummings is on YouTube. He's written for Karen Wolf. He's written for Miss Jody. He's written for some of the greats. He's written for
he probably knows Larry there at Echo down there in Memphis.
He's from Echo. All of them from Echo. I recorded at Echo Studios. That's why I recorded it.
Okay, well dig this. I just talked to Larry Chambers for like 45 minutes the other day. And Larry's a cool cat because I told you I work with Gerard. And Gerard and I are trying to put some things together. We ain't did nothing actually yet, but we are working on it. And he's a cool cat. You know what I'm saying? Man, me and Gerard, I've been all through Echo shit. They know me over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So then you should have met Big John. Big John is one of the main writers over there.
He wasn't there. That day I met with Larry. His engineer was over there, the white boy. What was his name?
That's John. John is one of the owners. John was the producer on this single right here.
Oh damn it! I met John there. You know the rock star.
Yeah, he's one of the owners. He's one of the owners. He laid the guitar on here.
Oh, because he was laying some boards down for me and Gerard. We was in the studio fucking around.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He was one of the producers on this single. John, both Johns, Big John Cummings and John Ward. Okay, they are the writers and the producers on this single.
Yeah. Because I got some stuff going. Like I said, I don't want to talk about it on Sonic Soul because it's the free version. If they want to get that juicy TMZ version, they had to pay for that shit. and it is listen. Also, I want the people to know how to get in touch with you in Memphis for the reading program And I want to know how to get in touch with you for. Are you doing music? Are you? I know you said.
I'm still doing music. I'm going back into the studio. In fact, next week.
Okay.
I'm doing a cover tune, uh, a tribute to Prince. I'm doing "Baby I'm a Star," so that's
Okay.
tribute to Prince. So we're
Why
gonna do
why
that one.
you
And
look
then one.
why is Prince over there in that corner?
No,
Why you
I
look
always
over
turn
there?
my head because I was looking at something. You know how you see flashes when you.
Hey,
Baby, I'm seeing a flash. I'm trying to figure out somebody trying to
Tawana,
drive up
Tawana,
on me.
Tawana, you don't smoke that weed, do you?
Oh no,
Well,
I don't do weed. No, I
don't
don't
say
do
nothing.
weed.
Don't say nothing because you ready for school, boy.
I don't do weed now.
I could never.
I'm gonna tell you something. The last time I smoked weed, I'm gonna tell you a story now. Last time I smoked weed, my cousin that gave it to me, and I was crawling to the car.
Oh
I
no!
was, oh
Oh no! See,
no.
you don't hang out with that
Oh
cousin.
no.
You don't hang out with that cousin
Right.
no more, do
And that
you?
was a while back. That was about what, 15? No, that's about 20 years ago. And I was like, oh no, this ain't gonna work for me.
Oh man, that's serious. Hey, listen. So let me ask. Let me listen. I think we got. Um, I ain't crazy. Ain't crazy. Let's hear that. I want to hear that. Let's play your song. We don't run around. I'm gonna play a ain't crazy. Ain't crazy. What
Ain't
introduce
nobody crazy. Ain't
hey,
nobody crazy.
introduce the song. Introduce the
The
song.
song, the song is Ain't Nobody Crazy by me, Princess Tawana Murphy. It was written by Big John Cummings and produced by John Ward.
Cool. Let's Tawana.
Yeah,
Listen, we had a lot of dead space in there, and I couldn't hear it, and my audience couldn't hear it. But guess what?
right. I couldn't hear it either.
Okay, don't worry about it, because guess what? You've been up on the board for 30 minutes and talk about that song again. They can see where to go and get it from Spotify, Apple
Mm-hmm.
Music,
Apple
YouTube,
Music,
and
YouTube.
Distro Kid. Give me the name again.
The name of the song is Ain't Nobody Crazy.
Okay.
You can get it on all of the digital outlets here. If you want to contact me, you can contact me on Facebook, or you
Okay.
can call me 901-437-2717. I do take bookings. I do take track shows. I have a band. So it's a lot of things that I do. Like I said, I don't travel as much.
Yeah.
But when I do, I have fun and I do what I do and come on back home.
Okay, good.
I
And
don't
that's
I
the
don't get
name.
into none of that he say, they say, I say. I kind
Yeah.
of stepped back for that for a while because it had gotten messy and I was like, I don't
Yeah.
want to be in it. So
And
I
I'm
just
sorry
stepped back from it and just let them do whatever they want to do.
and real quick before we go, and I didn't even really get a chance, and we run out of time.
Go ahead.
Lee Parker
Yes.
in
Lee
Huntsville,
Parker.
Alabama.
Lee
That's my
Parker
dog.
He
I
was one
wanna
of my managers.
I wanna say that Lee Parker told me about you because I was you know I kind of sometimes I'm not gonna lie to you, I get busy, and
Mhm.
Lee Parker is the truth.
Yeah, I like Lee
If
Parker.
if it were not for Lee Parker, there would be no TK Soul. I don't
Yeah,
care
I
what
know that.
anybody say,
Mhm. Mhm.
and a whole lot of others. And but see, Lee is getting up in age. That's my main man, though. Lee Parker done taught me. Lee Parker
Mhm.
taught me. And my uncle, my family has been doing this for a long time. But big
Mhm.
shout out to Lee Parker. Lee, I'm gonna call
Mhm.
you, and if you don't see this show tonight, I'm gonna send it to your phone tomorrow,
Yeah,
bro.
the Lee Parker was one of the first ones I ran into when I did Who Catty Kissing.
Yeah. And so more importantly, be on the lookout for Tawana Murphy, and then go and look at some of her older stuff. Am I correct? You got some
Yeah,
stuff
and
out
you know what? The older stuff is still being played, like Get Out of My House,
there. Yeah.
Who Catty's Kissing. I did Right Thing Wrong Man by Jackie Neal.
Yeah.
Back in the Club. This one here, Ain't Nobody Crazy.
Yeah.
I got one I'm getting ready to drop along with Baby I'm a Star. I'm getting ready to drop another single that's called uh He Want It All with
Yeah.
no commitment.
Yeah. Want it
Yeah.
all
And
with
so and
no
then another one
commitment.
that I'm getting ready to do
That's
is
half
called Mix It Up.
that's half the cats in America nowadays.
That's
Want it
how the
all.
cat, that's how the
Hey,
men in America.
listen,
Right.
hey,
He
Tawana,
want everything. He want the
hey,
whole
y'all.
package, but he don't want
Hey,
to commit.
y'all, Tawana Murphy running for District 7 school board. And
Yes.
go out and get her song, Who Cat He Kissing.
No, ain't nobody crazy. That not ain't they that no
My
Calvin.
bad. I'm just saying.
Ain't nobody crazy.
Ain't nobody crazy, Tawana.
Ain't
Ain't
nobody
nobody crazy.
crazy.
We listen. I'm gonna be with you. You and I gonna do some business together.
Okay.
And I thank you so much for coming on the show tonight.
Well, thank you for
You don't,
having
you
me.
don't even understand how excited I'm hyped. I'm finna go out and drink. I'm finna go party. You know what I mean? Hey, y'all, hey, I got people down here. Big shout out to West Point, Mississippi, the people that watch. Big Ben's Country Store. Hey, look, we
Mhm.
do it big. You got to come to West Point. You got to come to
Yeah,
Mississippi.
yeah. I come
Come
down
on,
to West Point. I ain't got
come
no
on
problem coming down to
down.
West
Come
Point.
on down to Mississippi. We have
I
a
come
good
on down to
time.
Mississippi.
Man, hey, we got all you need. Hey, our family, there was no such thing as a blues festival until we did one.
Mhm. Yeah, I got a new single that's getting ready to drop too called Mix It Up. And I tried to give it away, but then somebody said, no, you need to do it. Because as a female, you need
Yeah,
to do it. You know, Mix It
yeah,
Up is hot. It's hot.
yeah. Hold on to your music.
It's hot. And
Okay,
I write my own stuff, except that some of the cover tunes, Big John is writing for me too. But
okay.
majority of my stuff, I write myself.
Yeah. Well, let me just say this in closing, because I gotta go, and I don't want nobody fussing at me. Be on the lookout. Nino the Gentleman is next on the show, either next week or week after next. And then we're gonna get DJ Fuji, Lee Robinson out of St. Louis, Missouri. Hey, Lee Robinson is one of the best producers out there. He just did a project for I want to say I was talking to Fuji. He said he
Mhm.
did Andre 3000. He did a remake for something that Goody Mob or somebody did in Atlanta.
Okay.
Boy, it's
Okay.
hot. So if you need some music, you need producers. If you might have a great producer, but there's always room to mix it up a little bit.
Of course it is. Of course
Yeah.
it is.
So y'all be on the lookout for DJ Fuji on Sonic Soul right here on Courageous Detroit Radio. And tonight we had Tawana Murray. Murphy.
Murphy.
I call you Murray.
I don't know. I don't know.
I ain't
Murphy.
smoking. I'm drinking a little apple juice and I ain't even drunk. But Murphy, listen, I love you so much it hurt because you already know why you and I are connected. My
Yes,
evil
sir.
twin, y'all, we ain't taking no shit. If you ever see me and Toronto Murphy and Memphis together, just walk across the street. Just get on the other side of the street. We coming through. You know what I'm saying? Listen, thank you so much again. And
Thank you for having me.
we're gonna talk to you real soon.
But make sure you share this with me so I can put it on my page. I tried to
Hey,
put it on my
hey,
page. I cannot
hey,
do it.
I'm gonna do it tonight. All you gotta do is go to Gerald Reynolds, Motorissippi Rockstar. You're gonna see me. You can't miss
Okay,
it.
I got it.
And,
I got it.
and it's on my fan page. Sonic
Okay.
Soul fans of blues and Southern Soul. And
Gotcha.
so come on in, send me requests and follow, like, share, subscribe on YouTube right here because Courageous Detroit Radio is the spot to be in.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for having me. I
Absolutely.
appreciate that. Thank
All
you
right.
so much.
All right. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.
All right.
Bye-bye.
When you look at me, like you give it all to me. But baby, we can take our time. I'm here for the long ride. They was into your body, girl. But girl, I want your mind. Whatever that you're doing to me, don't stop, girl. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. The way that you love me, putting that toxic love on me. I like it. I like it. I like it. Whatever that you're doing to me, don't stop, girl. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. The way that you love me, putting that toxic love on me. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. When I get up in the morning and get that text from you, that cute little message that says, I wish I was laying next to you. Girl, I can't lie and put a smile on my face. I'ma keep it a band with you, girl. I like to got out of my bed and came to your place and held you and loved you. Whoever knocking at the door, they gotta wait. This love is so real, girl, it cannot wait. We're going on gas, baby girl, and no brakes. I'm a real man, baby, and I know what to do. I ain't gotta ask nobody, girl, it's just me and you. Just lean back and relax your mind. Girl, let me show you what's on my mind. Whatever that you're doing to me, don't stop, girl. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. The way that you love me, putting that toxic love on me. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Whatever that you're doing to me, don't stop, girl. I like it. I like it.
An important message from the U.S. Med Diabetes Solutions Center. If you have diabetes, you know the pain of pricking your fingers. But now, by wearing a small device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you can reduce your pain right away. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. So call us right now to see if you qualify for a CGM at little or no cost. U.S. Med. Better service.